So you're probably wondering why I'm on fire right now. For over 10 years, many machines have been built on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft, ranging from TNT bombers to giant lag machines, advanced redstone clocks, and even pumpkin pie contraptions. The list goes on. So why is it that lava casting machines have rarely been used in the past? It's actually surprising because Lavacasts have littered this server's landscape for more than a decade and are part of what make it so iconic. Almost all of them were created by hand with a bucket of lava and water. So could a redstone device make these structures more easily and efficiently than doing it by hand? It's time for us to conduct an experiment because there's a few questions I want answered. Do Lavacast machines even work on 2B2T? If they do work, how quickly can they make lavacasts? And are they even worth it to build in the first place? Lavacasting by hand is incredibly easy, so is making a machine a waste of time and resources? Well, our experiment today will answer all three of these questions, but we need an actual machine first. I decided to reach out to one of the most talented redstoners and civil engineers on the entire server, Thebesandsound, to see if he would help me with this experiment. If you didn't know, Thebes has many accomplishments on 2B2T. He helped create the Southern Canal, which is one of the largest and longest running construction projects in the server's history. He designed the server's original obsidian wall used in the 6th incursion. He organized the bombing of the Great Spawn Trench, terraformed an entire jungle biome millions of blocks out just so that Mu Megabase could be constructed, and the list goes on. He's the perfect guy for the job, so I asked him for help in building a Lavacast machine. Luckily, he agreed. It's sort of like asking Elon Musk to help you make elephant toothpaste. It's completely overkill, but we got him on board. He spent some time making a design that would be right for the job and easy for anyone to replicate. However, he warned me of some challenges. Since this is being built on 2B2T, water and lava flow differently than in a single-player world due to server plugins that attempt to reduce lag. This is something we've actually documented previously. If a liquid is flowing and the chunk suddenly becomes unloaded, it can get frozen in time. This can cause lava to get stuck in mid-air and can continue to get stuck even after the surrounding air blocks are updated, which means once we activate the machine, we cannot get disconnected while the liquids are flowing, or else we may not be able to complete the cast. And considering how long even regular lava casting takes, this is going to be a challenge. So let's get on the server itself and conduct this bizarre experiment. We're on 2B2T right now, and I've located a wide open field for the initial test. I'll be building it lower to the ground to make sure it works, then I'll build a second one higher up. Now, Thebes didn't actually give this machine a name, so I decided to give it one. The Thick Machine. The Thebes High Intensity Cobblestone Caster. It's genius. The server's TPS is around 11 right now, which means we're going to be making this cast at half speed, sadly. But check this out. I've had a shulker full of redstone materials just sitting in my e-chest for years. So finally, I actually get to use it. I'm stoked. How it works is that there are two dispensers here, one for lava and one for water. Both fluids will take turns flowing down to the ground in a single column here. The dispensers will alternate using this hopper clock here, which I've thrown a bunch of e-chests into. Once the cast gets larger, we'll have to adjust the amount of items in it just to make sure it's casting properly. I've also made some additions to the design. I've added a cobblestone generator so that I can mine blocks to prevent myself from being kicked. And I've added some levers to flip from time to time. Since we could be online for upwards of 6 or 7 hours at a time, these extra interactions will be necessary to keep ourselves connected. Alright, it's time. We need to turn on the machine, but remember, once it is activated, we cannot get disconnected because if we do, the liquids will stop flowing and it'll potentially ruin our ability to make this lava cast. We've made contact, so now it's time to see how long it's going to take to make this thick cast. 30 minutes have passed, and remember, if this was a regular Minecraft server, this cast would be double the size by now, but hey, we're making progress. 1 hour in, we've managed to stay connected, so this is looking good. I feel like a monkey just flipping these switches non-stop. The things I do for content. I swear you better be hitting that subscribe button today for me putting up with this. The cast is approaching the machine, so I've already prepared a second one above so we can continue in the exact same spot. So far, no disconnects, so the machine is working surprisingly well, just a bit slower than I would like. We've made it to 2.5 hours, so it's time for us to finally shut this one down and move up to the second one. And the sight of water going over lava is so cathartic to me. That must be the inner anarchy talking. We've hit the 3-hour mark. I'm glad we're making steady progress, but man, have I been bored out of my mind just flipping these switches. At 4.5 hours, it's looking thick, but we've actually made the cast large enough where the bottom sections are not showing up in render distance properly, so there will be some irregularities, but it's not a big deal. I was afraid of this. At 5 hours in, we've had our first disconnection. Once we're back in, we can see how badly this disconnect messed with the lava casting machine. So you're probably wondering why I'm on fire right now. Well, the machine has a few problems. Just as Thebes predicted, the liquids are now frozen in time, the lava flow is stuck, and even the water on the Lavacast isn't moving anymore. When I try to operate the machine normally, both fluids get stuck, so our only hope to salvage this cast is to move the spout over by about 1 block. This is some stubborn lava, but because the water's flowing right next to it, it should fall down soon. There we go, the lava's retreating, so now we can cast as usual. Hopefully we don't get disconnected this time. After 6.5 hours, this thing is really starting to look like a monstrosity, but hey, that's what we were going for. The machine has been active for 7 hours, so I'm gonna turn it off right now because I have something to show you. The water that flowed into the unloaded chunks is now stuck here on the side of the Lavacast, so in a way, we've created a man-made waterfall on accident. That's kind of cool. Since we're getting close to finishing the Lavacast, I'm hiding a book inside of it. It's somewhere off the North Highway, so good luck to anyone looking for it, but it might take you a while. Okay, our cast is pretty massive now, so it's time to give my opinion on the original 3 questions of the experiment. Do Lavacast machines work on 2B2T? Yes, they actually do, and you can make some pretty thick casts with them, as you can clearly see. How quickly can they make lava casts? Well, it is slower than doing it by hand, but considering the server's lag and the fact the machine casts automatically, it's not completely awful. But most importantly, are they even worth it to build in the first place? Considering a single disconnect required maintenance on the machine as soon as we logged back in, the fact that we had to keep ourselves connected through incredibly boring interactions, and the fact that it would just be way easier to do it by hand with a bucket of lava and water, I have to say, these machines are just not worth it compared to doing it the old-fashioned way. I guess the Griefer's Touch is more efficient than a machine, but hey, you might still find a use for this thick machine. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Also follow my socials, but that's it. Take it easy, Fit Fam, and stay alive out there.